So I don't usually do trailer reactions on this channel or anything like that. The only other time I've done this was for Superman because it was the Superman movie trailer, you had to. But Daredevil is a very big deal. It's not just the return of maybe the most beloved comic book show of all time, but Daredevil is just a very beloved show. It's constantly on lists of the greatest TV shows of all time. I love the original Netflix Daredevil shows. I thought that, along with your Defenders shows with Punisher and everything like that, were fantastic and some of the greatest shows we've ever gotten from the medium, some of the best stuff Marvel's ever put out. So it's super exciting to finally be here with the Born Again trailer. Feels like Marvel and Disney have been really hesitant to release the trailer. The show comes out in less than 2 months and we're only getting the official trailer now. They've shown this trailer, not this specific one we're getting now, but they've shown a trailer for Daredevil Born Again at, it feels like, every expo they've had for the last year, like D23, Brazil, Comic-Con, all these sorts of places, they've shown the Daredevil Born Again trailer. And it is leaked online every time. Every time it's leaked, it's been a bit higher quality than the last time. I feel like most places and most people online in comic book circles have seen the trailer. So I don't know why they didn't just release it and why it took them so long. But we're finally here. We have it. Can't wait to react to it. The show needs to be great. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you're not new, a like and share is always a huge help. Anyway, let's watch this trailer. Okay. Ooh, starting strong.
Thank you for finding the time.
Okay.
Oh, I will.
This is not the leak trailer.
It's
Not that I've seen the leak trailer, but it's not the leak trailer.
seeing you again.
Which I'm happy about because everyone's seen it.
A lot of time has passed.
Oh,
Look a bit
Karen and Foggy.
up in the world. I could say the same about you.
Ooh.
A mayor serves his city.
Wonder how soon after Echo this is.
Entirely
Because we saw Fisk going for mayor at the end of that.
Can you blame me? I can't shake the feeling that you're gaming the system.
God, I love those two interacting so much.
The line was crossed.
Ooh, that's a cool ass shot. Whoa, the horns, they had like a D.
Arms with a violent nature. Hating the
Okay.
power. It has over us.
March 4th. Ah, there he is, there's Bullseye.
This city can't go unchecked.
Devil's work is never done or never finished.
Sometimes
I love how we just get the hints of the Daredevil theme in there. Oh, there's Muse. Punisher.
mind putting the hatchet down. I was raised to believe
There's Karen.
in growth.
Oh,
But I was also raised
a lot of this is actually similar to the leak trailer. Oh, excellent.
to believe in retribution.
Look at all those masks. Ooh. Okay. Okay, didn't show a whole lot. It's kind of snippets of everything. Ooh, I love the sound of Daredevil's things as that logo's coming up. Okay, it was a good trailer. Go through a little bit. Yeah, we just start off straight away with a bit of fight, bit of the suit. We got a bit of Fisk fighting as well. Not entirely unpleasant seeing you again. See, Fisk has missed it. I think Fisk has missed having real competition. That shot of Karen and Foggy there. We've seen set photos that include the two of them. The only set photos we've seen about the two of them seem to be in a scene very similar to this, which makes me wonder how much of the show they're going to be in. Because, especially with Foggy, we see Karen later on in the trailer in the courthouse. But in terms of Foggy, we've not seen a lot of him in anything. Like set photos, the leak trailer, this trailer. I'm worried. I'm worried that Foggy, something bad might happen to him pretty quickly, or something's going to write him out of the show pretty quickly. Because I feel like a big part of the original Daredevil show was having the trio of Karen, Foggy, and Matt. Like the three of them together made up so much of what worked about the original show, and just the dynamic between the three of them. I feel like Born Again won't feel as much like a season 4 or like a continuation of the original show unless all three of them are front and center. Because having Fisk back is great, having Frank Castle Punisher in is great, having Bullseye in is great. But I mean, Daredevil was about the three of them. You know, all three of them are in it from the very beginning. Fisk is barely in like season 2, for example. So Daredevil is their show, and I feel like we need this show to also feature them a lot. We got Fisk all over, was it Times Square? Oh, you see a little Rogers the Musical thing there, from Hawkeye, which that thing Rogers the Musical has. They've had that poster cameo in a lot of Marvel projects now. I think it could have been seen towards the end of No Way Home as well, during the swinging shots when Peter is going through New York, and a few other places we've seen it. Nice little bit of continuity there. But like, that's one thing about current Marvel that I feel like they need to start clearing up is the timeline between all the projects, because up until Infinity War Endgame, it was always sort of clear how long had passed between between the other projects, and just like the distance between everything was very clear. But I feel like post Endgame, it's been a lot harder to decipher how long is taking place between the various projects. Like, we have the Disney Plus timeline, but that doesn't clear up exactly like how long is between everything, because Hawkeye came out in, what was it, November 2021, and we're now in March 2025 when this comes out. Like, in universe, has there been 4 years between Hawkeye and this, or are all these projects taking close together? Because we know there was a big huge time jump at the end of Endgame that brings us to 2025, to present day. But I'm wondering like how much is that? Because Echo ends with a credit scene that shows Fisk running for mayor. So does that mean like, we know? I mean, it makes sense. Echo and Hawkeye were very connected already. So I guess by going through that line, Daredevil Born Again as a show has to be connected to Hawkeye too. So I mean, it makes sense that Rogers the Musical is there as sort of the connecting tissue, and sort of maybe means that also there's a Disney logo down there. There's a Disney store. Is there a Disney store in Times Square? I don't know. I was in Times Square once when I was like 6, so I don't remember if that was there. This might not even be Times Square. I don't know. I'm making a lot of assumptions. Anyway, got Muse there doing graffiti of Fisk. We've known about Muse as a character in this show for a while. That was one of the very, very, very first things we heard about this show. Even before they did kind of the retooling, reshooting, rewriting of the whole thing, we knew Muse was involved. So that's cool. There's a lot of that character Muse in this trailer, actually, like more than any other character besides Matt and Fisk. Yeah, we knew Matt wasn't a vigilante anymore at the beginning of the show. That was also something that was part of the original storyline, was that Matt wasn't Daredevil for a while. But apparently in the original show, he didn't actually suit up until like episode 6 or something like that. And then they came in and they were like, "You're doing a Daredevil show? There's no way you can have the first 5.5 episodes without Matt as Daredevil." That plus also, that is a very like Netflix format thing. You know, you have all the episodes at once. You're likely to binge the show. It isn't as big a deal if something like that takes ages to happen. But in a weekly show like this, you can't have us go, say they do a 2-episode drop, you can't have us go 5 weeks without seeing Matt as Daredevil. It needs to be pretty quick. So hopefully, like, by the end of the first episode, he's back as Daredevil. But this also calls into question again about the timeline, because we see Matt as Daredevil in She-Hulk Attorney at Law, and he's in his yellow suit there. So how long after She-Hulk is this? Like, does he stop being a vigilante at some point during or after the blip? Just starts concentrating on lawyer stuff, which is when we see him show up in No Way Home. Then he comes out of retirement for She-Hulk, and then is back into retirement after She-Hulk before this? Or is like She-Hulk happening around this time or something like that? I don't know. It's a lot of fun questions. I'd like them to like maybe clear that up in early on in the show, just make a reference to Jennifer Walters or something like that, just to make it clear how soon after it is. That's a nerd thing though. I really like always knowing like how things play out on a timeline, just knowing that sort of distance. I know that isn't a big deal for a lot of people. That shot is so good. The mask falling, and then we see the horn, like, it looks like a D. So that looks like the horn is actually not there. Like it got cracked, or the helmet got damaged or something. And yeah, that's just a great shot. I love that. I'd love more of those sort of stylistic shots in the show. That shot though, I will say, does not feel like a Daredevil Netflix shot, if that makes sense. I feel like the original Daredevil Netflix show was beautiful. It was gorgeous. But it was gorgeous in it was colorful, but it was a very gritty sort of colorful. This feels just more like a stylistic, like, film shot. March 4th, so soon. Yeah, that shot of Bullseye was in the leaked trailer as well. Not that I've seen it, but it's around this point where we see the train bit, that the trailer for like a good 20-30 seconds plays out almost identical to the leak trailer. Even the music is extremely similar. The bit where it's like the devil's work is never done, that was all in the leak trailer. I love that rise in the music. That just really feels like the Netflix Daredevil music, which we know that the composer is different. I forget the name. The Newton brothers, maybe. The people who composed X-Men 97 are composing this, and not the original composer for the Netflix Daredevil show, as well as Defenders. And I think the composer for those two shows did the Spider-Man games as well, the Marvel Sony games. See Matt being a bit of a playboy there. There's Vanessa, who they recast for so they recast her for the new version of the show, and then there was a bit of a backlash against it, like there should be, and they retooled the show, and now it's the original actress from the Netflix show playing her again. God, there's Frank back. Frank with the long hair and the beard. That's curious as well. Like, what has Frank been up to since the original show? Like, we know from set pictures he's in full Punisher looking normal gear at one point. We saw a teaser briefly during Marvel's like What's Next for Marvel thing last year, where he was also in the normal Punisher getup. So like, I'm wondering if here this is him being on the run for the last few years, or just being like in full on crazy mode for a while, and now Matt sort of brings him out of that. I can't wait to see the dynamic. I think I've heard Frank has a full arc in this show, so he'll probably be around for 4 or 5 episodes. There's Karen. Yeah, we did not see that that shot in the leaked trailer, I believe. So that shot of Karen there gives me a little bit of hope that Karen at least is going to be in more of the show than we thought, because until now, like I said, we've only seen Karen and Foggy in those few shots and those few set pictures. So this is one of those like tiny hints that she has more of a role. I just hope Foggy does as well. They're playing up like the bloodiness and the fighting aspects in this trailer, which I appreciate as well. Because Echo was pretty good at that with gruesome action. I remember Foggy was like, Moon Knight is the most gruesome action we've ever done, but even just from this Daredevil trailer, it looks far more in common with the original Daredevil show than like Moon Knight did. That's him since spinning his Daredevil sticks on top of that building looks great. And there's all those helmets. Yeah, the yellow helmet from She-Hulk is there. Just all different colors, it looks like. Which I wonder if this is like, he brings out the original costume. That shot of the helmet falling off the building, maybe when it gets damaged or the costume gets damaged, and now he's going to bring out a different costume for it, because some of the set pictures have shown us a costume that looks like a much more updated version of the original. Yeah, this whole little fight bit there was in the leak trailer as well. This is kind of how the leak trailer ended. Was with all this stuff here. And then the leak trailer also had Kamala's father from Miss Marvel, but he's not present at all in this trailer. And March 4th. Yeah, it's a great trailer. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what they do. It's just, the show was a lot riding on it. You know, it's Daredevil. You can't mess this up. This is the one Marvel project they can't mess up, because there are so many people who like are not just comic book fans or just Marvel fans watching. There's just television fans in general became really into that show. So there's going to be a lot of people tuning in, I'm sure, who aren't traditionally, who wouldn't watch all your Marvel stuff, are going to be paying attention to this because it's a follow-up to a show they loved, and you need to really excite those people as well. So it just needs to be a good quality show. It's also, I mean, the Marvel Disney Plus stuff, I've spoken before about how I think most of it's serviceable, but not a lot of it is like amazing, outside of a few things like Loki, and Miss Marvel sometimes was amazing. And I was a big fan of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I thought Hawkeye was really fun. I thought Echo was pretty fun. I actually wasn't too I was pretty happy with Agatha. Like I remember not being into Agatha from the first couple episodes, but the more it went on, I thought it found itself. And I haven't seen X-Men 97 yet, but I heard that's amazing. But yeah, Daredevil needs to be pretty heads and shoulders above all those projects. I feel like, just because it's Daredevil, you know, there's going to be a lot of people scrutinizing it and looking for the quality in it that would give your other shows a pass, sort of thing, but they're not going to give a pass to Daredevil. Like, it needs to be as good as the original was, which, I mean, I feel like there's no way it will be as good as the original, but let's hope it would be. Anyway, that was my Daredevil trailer reaction and my breakdown of the trailer. What did you think of the trailer? Are you excited for the show? I can't wait for it. It's one of my favorite shows of the year. I made a video talking about my most anticipated shows of 2025, and Daredevil Born Again is one of the first shows on that list. It's can't believe it's finally happening. Anyway, there will be a Creature Commandos video out tomorrow. Well, Creature Commandos, it's more so on the DC universe as a whole, and just my feelings on how Creature Commandos maybe wasn't the greatest start for the DCU. So look out for that. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you're not new, make sure to like and share and comment and all that sort of stuff. And thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing day.